Looking for that perfect spot to unwind in Kenosha? Then you're looking for Union Park Tavern. Sip on handcrafted cocktails, enjoy ice-cold craft beers, and dig into delicious made-from-scratch dishes. Whether it's a night out with friends, a casual date, or dancing to your favorite local music, Union Park Tavern has it all. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere, and leave with memories. Union Park Tavern, where Kenosha comes together.
Uh-oh! Flashing lights in your rearview mirror? Before you panic, better call the law offices of Frank J. Parise. Frank gives it to you straight. Real answers, real results. Frank is on your side. When trouble calls, call Frank J. Parise at 262-656-9906. Row. Extra, extra! On this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast, we stop the presses as we connect with the lovely and talented journalist from the Kenosha News, Rose Androwich. Cue that music, JTB! Give me one of those Public Craft Brewing Company beers.
Yummy. Hey, welcome to the Ktown Connects podcast. We're here for another wonderful episode. I'm your host, Jason. With me, as always, is the lovely, beautiful, and talented Donny Stancato. How you doing there, Donny?
I'm doing great. But yes, we are here at the Southport Tea studio. Yes, come on into Southport Tea and get some tea. That's right. Say hi to Russ.
Yeah, located at 5701 6th Avenue right there in downtown Kenosha, former location of SJ Crystals. Now it's a tea shop.
Yeah, your loose leaf tea.
It's not a cafe.
No, it's not.
You come buy your tea and you go home.
Yeah, that's right. Get all your tea and get out.
Yeah, don't go home. Go shopping elsewhere, too.
Yeah, of course, get on down to some other great businesses.
Like Union Park Tavern.
Yeah, go down there, Union Park Tavern. Live music, drinks.
Yeah.
Great
Especially get down
there.
to Union Park Tavern on August 16th.
What's going on at Union Park Tavern on Sunday, August 16th, starting at 4 p.m.?
It's Size Piano Jams.
Oh, yes. That's a great entertainment.
Every Sunday. It's great. Size sits there and plays his piano. And
gracious. It's so much fun.
It's some amazing stuff. So, yeah, I'll be there. And
I'll be there, too.
I think we'll have a lot of people there for it.
I think
Looking
so,
forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait. But if you're there for that, go out to the beer garden because there's going to be a 200th episode spectacular going on out there, brought to you by the Ktown Connects podcast. And we have a great group of former guests showing up.
Yeah, I was just going to let that simmer the way it was.
I can't. I'm so excited. I got to talk about it, Jason.
All right.
It's going to be so much fun.
I can't wait, Donnie. 200 episodes.
Wow, we did it. But you know what? What a great theme song by Droppin' Daisies, huh?
Oh, they killed
awesome.
it. They killed it at Taste Wisconsin last weekend. They were great.
You saw? Did they do the theme song?
They did not.
But
they were excellent. They rocked the house and tore the tents down with their rock and roll.
They are a great band, and I want to thank them once again for doing that theme song for us. Well, Jason, who are we here with today?
We're here with the lovely Rose from the Kenosha News. Yes, Kenosha News still exists. It's still out there. It's still
relevant because of this lovely reporter, Rose. Rose, how are you today?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, this first segment, we're going to kind of just get to know you a little bit and your connection to Kenosha. So your connection to Kenosha happened later on in life because you're not really from here.
Yeah.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in a Chicago suburb called Berwyn. Yeah, and I don't know, it was really cool. I really liked growing up so close to Chicago, and yeah, growing up, going to games at Wrigley Field was always really fun.
Oh,
Go
Cubs
Cubs!
fan. Yeah. Go Cubs, go!
Oh yes, but I'm a big Cubs fan. In my opinion, even though my dad and my brothers are both White Sox fans.
Ooh, I already hate them.
And it's actually funny because, like, technically, where I grew up is closer to the White Sox field. I'm like probably 15 minutes with no traffic away from the White Sox field. But I honestly, there's nowhere else I'd rather be than Wrigley Field, and the Cubs are the best team. I mean, look at the White Sox. They literally almost had 100 consecutive losses, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and well, the White Sox are in first place right now.
Yeah, they'll fuck it up. They always do.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like the worst record like ever last year? Or?
Yeah,
Last year, a year before, or something. Yeah.
Like they lost 120 games, something
they
like
were
that.
bad.
well, they almost like broke a record,
Yeah.
but then they won a game. So
Yeah, they were bad.
yeah.
But who's your favorite Cub of all time? Who'd you grow up loving?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, the obvious answer is Anthony Rizzo. My older brothers would rage bait my mom by calling him Saint Rizzo, and it would drive her insane. Yeah. So Anthony Rizzo, but my favorite right now would probably be Kyle Hendricks, aka the Professor. He's just a remarkable pitcher, and pitchers are my favorite position in baseball.
Oh, why is that?
Well, growing up, my older brother Jamie, he played baseball and he pitched, and I just find it remarkable how fast they're able to pitch and how fast they're able to pitch. And if you really think about it, like obviously the hitters are important, but the pitchers play a very important role in baseball. So that's why I like it. I mean, there's nothing I like more than when I'm watching a baseball game and I see a swing and a miss.
That means the pitcher got the best of them.
Exactly. Don't ask me. There are other things I want to talk about where I lived and where I grew up. The other cool part is that Berwyn, Illinois, almost kind of has something similar to Paelli's here in Kenosha.
Oh, a little donut shop?
Well, not a donut shop. I'm not sure if you guys have ever had Toronto bread, but it is amazing. It's very good. It's almost the bread they use to make most Chicago Italian beefs, and the Toronto bread factory is located where I'm from, Berwyn, Illinois, and so it's just really cool. And so when I found Paelli's, I actually I was like, whoa, this is like Kenosha's version of Toronto bread, because I do love Paelli's bread.
It is great.
Yeah.
Trevor from Coffee Roasters talked about Toronto bread when he was on the
Oh my
podcast as well. He's a big fan of it.
I knew I heard about that from somewhere.
And that was the first I've ever heard of Toronto bread.
Yeah.
So this is something that I've never even knew about before.
Well, if you ever get a Chicago-style Italian beef, you're probably not thinking about the bread, but
Right.
it would be served on Toronto bread. And I loved it so much growing up that I would get the Italian beef rolls and I would make sandwiches on them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would just eat anything off of them because I'm like, oh my gosh, made in Berwyn.
Where can you find Toronto bread around here?
That's a great question. I would say check the Woodmans. They might
Okay,
have it
yeah.
because they have a lot of my
Woodman's has
favorite.
everything.
Yeah.
Woodman's does have everything. They have Oberweis milk, which is another thing that's kind of like local-ish to
Right.
where I'm from.
They were selling children in the back room last time I was there. It was really
They have everything.
They have everything. I mean, one of the things maybe you don't want to support them, but I got my favorite yogurt there for $3.
Whoa.
That's
See?
nice.
Yeah.
So then growing up, you had a couple siblings as well?
Yes.
So what was that like?
Four
you fall?
siblings.
What was that like?
4 siblings. So I had 2 older brothers, and
Did they pick on you?
yes, relentlessly. They would relentlessly pick on me. But I'm glad to inform you that my brothers are now 2 of my favorite people in the entire world. They grew out of picking on me. And growing up, I was always really close. I had 2 sisters as well, and I literally me and my sisters were just always together growing up.
Tight.
Oh yeah, very, very, very close. My older sister Katie, we like, oh my gosh, I still remember when she got her driver's license, like we did everything together. She was 4 years older than me.
Okay.
So when I was in middle school, I thought she was like the coolest person ever because I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Can you drive me around?
Yeah. And then my younger sister Emily, growing up, we so the first house I lived in, it was 4 bedrooms, and so like for 5 kids, almost all of us shared except for my sister Katie had her own room. So like me
How'd
and
she luck out?
she kind of lucked out because Katie's room in our childhood home was like genuinely just like
A closet?
it was very small, and I believe it had this like very ugly green carpeting. Yeah, it was not a very good room. And the other weird thing about the house I grew up in was that there were 2 bathrooms, but my mom hated the color of the master bath, and there were just like a ton of issues with it. So we never used it. So we basically only had 1 bathroom growing up, which is like just so crazy to think about. And my childhood home had no air conditioning.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a lot of people for 1 bathroom and no air conditioning.
Yes, and the kitchen where I live now might in fact be bigger than the kitchen I grew up with. Yeah, eventually we like grew up there my whole childhood before we finally wound up moving somewhere bigger, but that only lasted for a few years.
Yeah.
But then you got air conditioning and 2 bathrooms?
Yes, we got air conditioning, which was really nice. And the second home I lived in, this is like a fact that I loved sharing. The power wouldn't go out because there was a backup generator, and
very
that
nice.
I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world growing up. And the air just worked. It did have air conditioning, and to me, that was like the
Paradise,
best thing.
right?
Yeah, that was the best thing in the world. Yeah, so I like I really only grew up in like 3 houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you get into swimming?
I got into swimming. So the way I like to tell the story is that my grandpa threw us all in the pool when we were newborn babies and said swim. It's like, I'm not sure if he actually did that, but my mom had us in the pool when we were 2 years old because she was from a family of swimmers. And so like literally when I asked my mom if I would be like, Mom, when did I learn to swim? And she's like, you were in the water when you were 2 years old. And I'm like, how is that even possible? I was like a swimmer for as long as I could remember. Like that was just years of my life. I didn't wind up doing it in high school. I stopped doing it in college. And now I'm back into swimming, which is kind of a crazy like roundabout journey.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Tell us about your grandpa.
My grandpa was he was just the most remarkable man I ever knew because basically like he was like always just like with me and my mom, and like I feel like he's part of the reason I am who I am today because I would just like yammer off questions, ask him about like anything under the sun, and he would give me an answer. So my grandpa, he was actually on like the planning commission in Oak Park, and so I just always found hearing about like that so interesting. He literally, I love to read, but he made me look like a slouch. He would like read a book a day. He was always reading the newspaper. Fun fact about him is that he was not a journalist or a writer, but he was like a layout person. Back when like newspaper was made with ink, he was the one who used to like do the ink. And so I always thought like, I was always so interested in hearing about that because that's just not something that happens anymore. But yeah, way back when my grandpa helped print newspapers and he delivered the Chicago Tribune. Yeah, so
That's crazy.
Yeah, my grandpa had a lot of connections to journalism despite not being a journalist himself.
So it kind of runs in the family, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
so speaking of newspapers, you got involved in your high school newspaper. How'd that happen?
okay, so honestly, I was like, I became a mentor during my junior year of high school, and like everyone who I knew who was like involved with the program had like 10 different activities on their resume. And so I'm like I should really like look into stuff to like join so that I can feel like more of like
You had swimming.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But I was just like, I need to like get involved with I need to get involved with more so that like I can get into a good college and like go to a good school. And then like I knew one of the editors at my high school newspaper, and then one of my teachers was the advisor. So I just like sent her an email and I'm like, hey, can I join the newspaper? And she's like, yeah. And she like literally just assigned me a story, and I like didn't know. I didn't know like anything about journalism, but like somehow I was able to like work up an article that was like halfway decent. And yeah, once I got published, I was like, wait, this is like really cool. And then I kind of say the rest is history. Like it's very like part of the thing that inspires me so much about Kenosha is that so many people are just like, this was my dream and I decided to do it. But like literally every day, like if I'm ever having a bad day or like a day where like I've just had a bad day at work, I like just remember that like this is like what I dreamed of doing. And it's really just a full circle moment for me to be like, wow, like here I am.
So it was in high school when you were working in the newspaper, this is what you kind of wanted to do, and that's what you were, okay.
I had no idea what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to like study English, but I was just like, I'm like, what do I actually want to do with my life? And then journalism just kind of, I like literally just felt like joining the newspaper and loving it so much was like a sign of sorts. Yeah.
So you went to college in South Bend at St. Mary's?
Yes, I did.
Was that with a journalism major then?
I did not major in journalism.
Okay.
So even though I was like dead set on journalism, my dream college did not have a journalism major.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I actually wound up minoring in journalism, and I was in the college newspaper the entire time. And that was honestly like just what I loved. And I also, the main reason I feel like I didn't major in journalism is, I'm not saying I let the doomsday get to me, but people tell you when you tell someone, oh, I want to be a journalist, they're like, but the media's dying. And so you're like, I'm gonna study something that if journalism doesn't pan out for me, I'm able to like find a job somewhere.
And then when you got out of college, what was your job options at the time? What were you looking at to do?
If I'm being honest, I was kind of like a fish out of water because
Really?
I'm like, I don't know like what the heck I'm gonna do. I had like lined up a journalism internship in Milwaukee because I'm like, I need to buy myself some time like while I look for like a job at a newspaper.
Yeah.
Like I knew I wanted to work full time at a newspaper, but I was just like, I was kind of at the mercy of the job market and just like looking at available jobs and being like, which of these is in an area
and that'll take you somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll take me somewhere. And then like about halfway through my job search, I saw this job in Kenosha, and
Were you working anywhere at the time?
yeah, I was interning at the Journal Sentinel, so I had like some income coming in, but I was just kind of like, once this internship ends, like,
You gotta do something.
yeah, I
And
got.
you were living in Milwaukee then?
Yeah, I was living in Milwaukee. I have family who lives out in Milwaukee, so I was
Okay.
living with them.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of like, oh, I kind of like Wisconsin. Like, it's pretty
okay.
cool. So I was just like, I'm like, maybe like instead of going back to Chicago and like moving back in with my parents, I should just like see if there's like anything cool and anything open in Wisconsin, because I'm just like, this is like, it's been a really fun experience for me being out here. And I'm like, it's not like I'm completely on my own. I have family who's in Wisconsin. So I started doing some research, and then the job I have now at the Kenosha News came up.
At Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations, they understand that saying goodbye is never easy. That's why they provide compassionate guidance and personalized care for every family, helping you honor your loved ones in a meaningful way. From traditional services to cremation options, they handle the details, so you can focus on what really matters, remembering and celebrating their life. Casey Family Options, caring for families with dignity, respect, and compassion.
Want a burger that you need 2 hands to eat? Then get on down to Ron's Place for their legendary 5x5 burger. It's so huge! And don't sleep on their over 40 Long Island iced tea flavors. Well, you might fall asleep if you finish the tour of teas. Those bad boys are really delicious and strong. So stop on by Ron's Place, 3301 52nd Street, and see why they have been a Kenosha staple since 1972.
Hey, do you want to hear this episode without all these pesky commercials?
Yeah, I do.
It was a rhetorical question, Donny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Head on over to ktownconnects.com and become a Patreon supporter. Being a Patreon supporter gets you this episode early, ad-free, and with bonus material.
What bonus material?
I know. Subscriptions start at just $2 a month.
Are you telling me $2 a month? That's the cheapest thing ever. That is way cheaper than a cup of coffee, because a cup of coffee costs like $8 nowadays.
Are you done now?
Yes.
Okay. But visit ktownconnects.com and click that link and become a Patreon supporter. And if you become a supporter, you also get a special shout-out on the episodes.
Yeah, you do.
And who is our subscribers of the week this time, Donny?
Yeah, big thanks to Joshua Keller and Lynn Johnson. Thank you for being supporters of the Ktown Connects podcast. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Joshua just signed up last week, so thanks for coming aboard.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Hope you like the show.
He gets a shout out and he's going to drop out tomorrow.
He just wanted to get his,
He wanted a shout out, but hey, hope to see you all at the 200th episode spectacular.
We'll have a few gifts for some Patreon supporters, too.
Yes, so come on by. Get a free gift.
Maybe.
Not
guaranteed.
But you get free beer.
Beers,
yeah. We like our Patreon subscribers.
You definitely get a sticker, but you might get more.
Yeah. Patreon subscribers, you get free beer. So show up. Oh, and you know what? We forgot to mention this in the intro.
What's that, Donnie?
Go to ktownconnects.com and leave us a message on the hotline. We have a hotline.
Oh, we do have a hotline.
Tell us how much you like us, hate us, love us. Tell us the last great meal you had in Kenosha. So go do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now.
I think you should. Go to ktownconnects.com. All right, and we are back with Rose from the Kenosha News, the greatest reporter of all time ever. Where do we leave off with you, Rose? You're just about to get this job at the Kenosha News. You're about to see what Kenosha is all about.
So you heard about this job opening down here. I assume it's because Liz and Rex left. I assume you're filling their spots.
Well, one of the things, I actually think technically it was a business reporter position. And I just came across that and I was like, oh my gosh, I knew because of the way things work in the job market that there was like a 50% chance that it was not a real job posting. But I was just like, wait, where's Kenosha, Wisconsin? Wow. I searched it up because I had a vague idea. I've heard of Kenosha, Wisconsin before, but then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I was in Milwaukee at the time and I'm like, wait, this is halfway pretty much between Milwaukee, where I was living, and Chicago, where I'm originally from. And I was just like, wow. And then this is where shit kind of gets crazy. I called my mom because my mom, we basically talk every day, and I was like, I'm like, Mom, I need your advice on this. Because I'm like, okay, so I came across this job in Kenosha, and I actually
Kenosha, you remember 2020? Don't go there.
And my mom actually, believe it or not, was not like, 2020 in Kenosha. She was like, oh my gosh. She's like, Rose, I've been to Kenosha a ton of times. She told me I've been to parties in Kenosha. My mom was literally she's like, I actually wanted to go to Carthage College. She was like, I literally went to Kenosha. I loved it so much. She's like, it's the cutest town on the beach. She's like, I went to a house party in Pleasant Prairie.
Wow.
And what year was that? Jason might know her.
Yeah, Jason might know my mom. And she was like, apply. Literally just apply. And go to Kenosha. You'll love it. You will love it so much.
Wow.
And so then, one weekend while I was visiting my parents, I was driving back to Milwaukee and I saw the exit. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Kenosha.
Yeah.
And so I literally it was a last-second decision. I yeeted off the expressway, and I actually wound up at, like, oh gosh, like, the worst intersection in all of Kenosha, the one on, like, Roosevelt Road.
75th and 39th?
Right by
Yeah,
the Starbucks. Yeah,
right by the Starbucks. And I was just like, oh, let me pop in. Like, let me walk around. Let's get a feel. And the funny part was that I'm like, wow, I really like this. And little did I know, like, when I started visiting Kenosha more, I hadn't even seen downtown. And then, like, so a few weeks later, I actually had, like, interviewed for the job in Kenosha, and I had, like, it was a pretty quick turnaround. The local news editor, John, was like, we want you to take this job, and I was like, me being, like, 23 years old and, like, scared of being unemployed. I was just like, I'm taking this job. And, like, to this day, I was just like, okay, like, I'm taking a chance in Kenosha. And then I, like, came down here and started looking at apartments. And I saw downtown for the first time. And I'm like, how did this, like, even happen? Because I was, like, walking along the lake and I'm like, this is, like, where I'm gonna live, like, this is where I'm gonna work. And it was so crazy because, like, one of the other things that, like, made me love Kenosha so much is one of my college editors had moved out to Lincoln, Nebraska, and was, like, hitting me up all summer being like, oh my gosh, if you can't find anything, you can work out in Lincoln. And then once I landed the job in Kenosha, I'm like, oh my god, no. Yeah. And
So what were your first thoughts about Kenosha? Then you absolutely loved it?
On my first day in Kenosha, I, like, literally, I just fell in love with downtown because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, the only other time in my life I've seen, it was just so cute. There were so many small businesses, like, so many. I was just, like, walking around. I went into, like, Scoop's Ice Cream.
Great place.
Yeah, and, like, as I was walking through, I saw, like, Best of Kenosha County. I actually went into Millie Bo Peep and got my niece a gift there, and I was like, this is the cutest store I've ever seen. I went into Blue House Books, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I just was genuinely so stunned with, like, how many local businesses there were. And when I, like, saw the Kenosha news articles on like, framed and in people's walls, I'm like, I feel like this is a place where I actually, like, have an opportunity to make an impact. And, like, actually, I just felt like it was a place where small businesses mattered and where they were able to thrive. And I'm like, it just literally feels like a dream that I'm, like, even able to, like, write these stories about these people who are, like, doing such amazing things.
So you say you're hired as a business writer?
Yes.
So is that just, like, focusing on local businesses? Is that what that kind of was, or?
So, I would honestly say, like, when I first started at the Kenosha News, it was, like, a ton of just, like, I remember my first day in the office, like, feeling like a fish out of water, and my local news editor, John, gave me, like, 6 business stories, and I was just like, whoa. And then I just kept getting more, because, like, businesses were just opening up. So when I first started, like, my job was, like, go to a business, interview someone, hear their story, and, like, write a feature about it. And I'm like, well, this is awesome. Like, I get to talk to people. But, like, then I feel like as time went on, like, because we're a smaller paper, more stuff kind of got shuffled in as I got my feet wet a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you started there with Liz Snyder and Rex Davenport, they were already gone?
Yeah.
They were gone already?
Yeah, one of the things I became aware of, I heard so much about Liz when I first started.
She was great.
She's just remarkable. Like, I, like, literally, I'm not even kidding, when I first met Liz Snyder, I, like, had a fangirl reaction because I just felt like, I'm like, this is someone who was, like, literally a Kenosha institution.
Yeah.
She was.
And I had, like, heard that she had just retired, and, like, not even kidding. When I first started at the news, I like read all of her columns, like, and did a deep dive into like who was Liz Snyder, and I felt like I knew her just based off her columns. Yeah,
She was fun. She was good.
She had like a little personality to her,
Yeah.
a lot of her stories.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about other things, but she kind of did her own columns, kind of, which is, and other things too as well. But
And was Daniel still there at the time, or was he already moved on to the city? Or
Daniel had already moved out to the city,
Okay.
but one of the things that like John sat me down and told me was like, here's like just a laundry list of like people who are out in the community. Like he was like, oh yeah, the county execs PR person, Joe Potente,
Yeah, Joe
the former Kenosha News managing editor.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
yeah. When you look at the former employees of the Kenosha News that are out
Yeah.
in the Kenosha community now,
Bill
it's
Seal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
he's
it's amazing. It really is.
Like it was genuinely just like so impressive to me, and it was like a few months into my career as like a Kenosha news reporter when Holly Kangas resigned, and then Rex Davenport was appointed to like take over to like finish out her term, and that was just like so crazy to me because I was talking with like everyone in the newsroom, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Rex Davenport. I looked at his resume. He worked
Yep.
at the Kenosha News, and I like, it's just like, it was so cool. And then when I met Bill Seal, he was like, oh yeah, it was almost like every time I met someone, it felt like, oh, I used to work
yeah.
for the Kenosha News.
we used to work at Kenosha News.
Wait, seriously?
No.
I actually never know if people are serious because Laura Grigorski, when I met her, like
She used to work at the Kenosha News.
I know
Yeah,
she
she did,
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that the Kenosha News is such an outlet for people.
But why aren't they still there?
Well, people move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things change at the Kenosha News, and things are changing now at the Kenosha News. Now, you guys are going back to being more local with you and Brian.
Yeah.
So this is moving in the right direction. I don't want to be a naysayer, but before you kind of got there about a year ago, there was a lot of negative kind of about the Kenosha News.
Oh, there still is.
Not
Oh.
being, there still is a little bit.
Yeah.
Not
There still is a
being
lot.
So local, but you and Brian are kind of bringing it back with more local stories. This is what the Kenosha News needs.
Yeah.
More local sells, right?
How many people are on staff at the Kenosha News in the office here in town?
So that would be 3. It is me, Brian, and Samantha Deedle. She's our
Okay.
education reporter. She's covering the heck out of KUSD, so
Oh,
nothing
okay.
but respect for her. And
That's got to be a struggle.
Yeah.
she's doing a job that I'm honestly like that
Everyone
would
would do that.
yeah, she's doing a great job. And yeah, I mean I'd see stuff, and like sometimes, and maybe I feel like a lot of times I was like looking at our stuff, and I was just like that kind of like bums me out, that like looking through our system and like seeing that, oh my gosh, we maybe didn't even have a reporter to staff it, because
Right.
like part of my Kenosha News story is like there was a stretch where I like literally scared everyone off and like I was like one of the only reporters for a while. It was just
Wow.
me and Terry Flores
Wow.
covering Kenosha. And so I understand like why people are like, oh, I reached out to you and you like didn't do a story on me. But sometimes we're just like
You're overstretched.
yeah, like we try and cover as much as we like possibly can. And I like usually if someone comes to me and they're like, oh, I really want you to do a story on my business, I've never told a business owner, no, I will not write about you. I will maybe tell them that like I'm really busy, so
Yeah,
like maybe
right.
next week. But I think the thing is that people are like, oh, it's not local, and I'm like if you literally just like people can reach out to us, like you can
Yeah,
reach out to me,
you're right.
and I will do like my absolute best to get something covered if like someone asks me to.
So what goes into writing a story for you? What's your technique, so to speak?
Okay, so my technique, it's kind of changed a little bit, like, since I first started. One of the things is that, like, if you're doing an interview with me, you'll notice I kind of handwrite a lot. I feel like that really helps me, like, narrow in on, like, what are the details of the story that, like, really just stand out to me and what really sticks with me. So I would say, like, the way I approach this is, like, first, I have to think of a good lead. Like, some people are like, oh, I'll come back to the lead, but I just, like, have to think of a good lead. And then it's almost like, once I've thought of, like, a catchy lead, I'm like, you kind of have to build it out. You have to, like, find that perfect balance, because on one hand, you want to let people tell their story. You want to quote them. But on the other hand, you don't want to read a story that's like, Donny Stancato said. Donny Stancato said.
Yeah.
So it's really just
I like to hear my name.
yeah.
We know.
Yeah, I would say I just, like, approach it by, like, looking through my notes, kind of, like, thinking, okay, what is the story here? What am I trying to say? What do I want people who read this story to take away? And particularly when I love to have fun with, like, business stories. For me, that's just, like, a really enjoyable part of the job. When I'm, like, writing a feature, I almost like to think of it as you're, like, setting it up. You're almost, like, talking about what led them up to this point. What was the pivotal moment? And usually I try and capture that pivotal moment in the lead. And then I just pick out, like, what is the best and strongest quotes. And a lot of times, shout out to Russ. He, like, spent
Southport Tea?
Yeah, Russ of Southport Tea.
Yeah, I love that man.
Yeah. Shout out to Russ. I was, like, asking him so many questions, and he answered every single one I had about tea and, like, how he handcrafts his tea blends. And you're like, whoa, these people, like, know so much, and they're so passionate.
That was a great article you did on Russ.
I honestly, I like to say that I am working with, like, great source material. Like, I think back to you guys and that Al Molinaro event, and that was genuinely just, like, that your storytelling was just so remarkable. Like, when my editor was reading it, he was like, I didn't even know that about Al Molinaro. He was like, whoa. And that
was a fun day.
Yeah, it was a really fun day. And one of my other favorite parts, I called my mom and I'm like, you know who Al Molinaro is? And she's like, oh my gosh, Rose, he's like the TV star. Like, he was in the Odd Couple. Sometimes it is kind of funny, like, every so often stuff skips a generation and I know who Al Molinaro is, but I did not grow up watching
Well,
him.
yeah. That's...
For tasting more, it's encore.
Oh, boy.
Some people only know him for that.
Yeah. Struggling with slow computers, network issues, or tech headaches? One Stop IT has got you covered. From computer repair to network support, virus removal, and IT consulting, they provide fast, reliable solutions to get you back to what matters most. Local, trusted, and ready to solve your tech problems, One Stop IT makes IT easy. Call or visit One Stop IT of Kenosha today. Moving doesn't have to be stressful. At About Time Moving Systems of Kenosha, they make every move smooth, safe, and on schedule. Whether you're relocating across town or across the country, their experienced team handles your belongings with care, so you can focus on starting your new chapter. Reliable, professional, and there for you, that's the About Time Moving Systems promise. Call them today and make your move the easy move.
Co-parenting isn't always easy, but we promise it's entertaining. Tune in to the Co-Parenting Chronicles podcast, where blended families, bonus parents, and real-life chaos somehow make perfect sense. New episodes every week.
And what time is it now, Donnie?
It's time for our Kenosha Connects.
And Kenosha Connects is brought to you this week by Shannyn Franklin Real Estate. Shannyn specializes in bringing you the best homes for sale and real estate listings in the area. Whether you're buying a home, selling a home, or need help securing a mortgage, Shannyn Franklin has got you covered. For more, check out shannonfranklin.remax.com.
All right, Rose, you ready for our Kenosha Connects questions?
Yes, I am.
All right, Rose, what was the last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Boathouse Pub and Eatery. I got
Ooh.
the most delicious shrimp po' boy sandwich. It was very good.
Really?
Yes, I would highly recommend.
Well, I have a story for you.
Donnie just
about
had that for lunch.
I had that yesterday.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm serious, but I got it as a wrap.
Ooh, wait, they do wraps?
You can get any sandwich as a wrap for $2 or $3 more. I don't remember the price.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you this, Rose. It was good, but I was disappointed.
Really?
You didn't tell me it was good.
Sloppy. It was sloppy.
Get the sandwich. The sandwich.
I went through 4 napkins. Too
I
messy.
I can tell you that the sandwich is less messy, and the sauce they use. I want that recipe so that I
So
can.
the sandwich was less messy.
Yeah, the sandwich was less messy, and the waffle fries.
Waffle fries were good, but the wrap, too messy, made me not like it. Wasn't good for me. 4 napkins. 4 napkins, Jason.
So?
That's too many.
If it tastes good, though, the mess is worth it.
Not worth it. Dripped on my white pants.
What are you wearing white pants for?
I didn't know I was going to get a sloppy wrap.
You should have wore your salmon pants.
Why would you wear white pants?
would've fit
What
right
if
in with
you
your
shit
salmon.
yourself?
Well, I didn't know. I wasn't planning.
Sunflower seeds wasn't on the menu.
Yeah. Yeah, just a overall, yeah.
I don't know how you could do that with cyclosporosis out in the
Yeah.
wild.
I won't be getting a wrap anymore. But okay, good choice by you. I'll have to get it on the sandwich next time. I said I would never try it again, but Rose, since you said it was so good, I'll try it on a sandwich.
I always get it.
Because I would assume the bread would soak up all that juice.
Yes, that's exactly what it does.
But I told Jason the other day I was so fucking disappointed in it. So fucking messy.
I'm sorry to hear that, Donnie.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Rose. What is something about Kenosha that you'd like new residents to know?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Oh, thanks. All right.
Okay, something that I would like new residents to know is that, like, I really want people to know that there's so much to do in Kenosha.
You're telling us.
Yeah, I feel like some people come in and they're like, oh, like, there's not, like, much to do, and this is a conversation I had with Liz, because as everyone in Kenosha knows, she was in charge of Out and About, and it's a list we do in the Kenosha News about, like, everything that's happening, and every single week we have an Out and About, so there's
so
always
much.
there's always tons to do in Kenosha. I feel like you said, Donnie, I think that's what people should know, because on the weekends, like you said, I don't know.
There's so much going on. There's too much.
I don't know how to pick, because it's like people will always be like this or that Kenosha edition, and I'm like, I can't pick.
Yeah, it's too much.
You're like-
Too much.
Like, people will be like, what's the best pizza? And I'm like, I
That's
don't.
coming next.
That was the next question.
Oh my gosh. You
What
want
it-
to know what my favorite pizza in Kenosha is?
Favorite pizza in Kenosha?
Yep.
This week, at least. That could change next
Yeah, it
week.
changes every time you order, right?
I would have to say Kaiser's. That was
That's a good choice.
that was one of the first one of my co-workers at the Kenosha News. She did a lunch interview and invited me to tag along, and it was at Kaiser's. I got a veggie pizza, and it was just amazing.
Nice.
Stuff over there, yeah.
Yeah.
That stuffed crust pizza's pretty good. We used to get that veggie one.
That was a good one.
Now you're making me want
I
to go to
haven't had that one in
Kaiser's.
a while.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, we gotta order one for you. We're right across the street. I don't know why we never get one over here yet.
They're not sponsors anymore.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm honestly scared for.
Because the best pizza in town is Bill DiCarlo.
Yeah, we should order that. It's right down the street over. I gotta pick it up before I come here.
Yeah.
Shit.
I've heard Bill DiCarlo has a sweeter pizza sauce.
Oh,
It is, and that thin crust is
Yeah.
it's really good. Really good.
they're great pizza.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Kaiser's is a thicker crust, but yeah, it's still good. Still good.
How about this one? You've only been in Kenosha 1 year, pretty much.
Yeah.
But what now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could bring back? There had be a business that is closed in a year, and you're like, oh, dang it, I just got here closed. I want it back.
Or something you might have heard about.
I honestly forgive me if I butchered the name, Big Heads, the deli? Like
Hungry Head.
Hungry Head, okay. Hungry Head, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I heard about it in like an interview that I was doing over at AJ's Deli a few weeks ago, and AJ and Tony were very cool, and yeah, they're
A lot of people say they're the successor of Hungry Head.
Yeah, so that's what it makes me think of. Also, Josh knows this, but I really kind of wish Public was still here. That flatbread pizza, if it were still here, I might say that's my favorite pizza. I've texted Josh about it, and I'm like, Josh, can you make me flatbread?
I never got to try those insanity mushrooms, whatever they were called.
I never tried those either. The Irish drunk mushrooms.
Drunken mushrooms. Yeah, I never got to try those.
I tried them, and I enjoyed them a lot.
I betcha. Yeah. I'm a big mushroom fan. I wish I would have. The things we miss in life, you know.
Well,
Hug your mushrooms, kids. You never know, they might be gone tomorrow.
I missed out. They did so many good cheese curds of the week, and I didn't lock in and like go there because I'm like, I'll get you.
They'll always be there, you know. And then, yeah, I never tried any of those weird dessert ones. Those sounded interesting.
Some of them sounded pretty good.
I had like some of the regular cheese curds; they were good, but yeah, those like the cheesecake ones, it sounded.
Yeah,
sounded interesting.
The Oreo one.
Yeah.
Bunch of ones that were intrigued.
We're getting hungry, aren't we?
Yeah, we're all very hungry.
Let's get some Kaisers. Let's get some Villa Carlo. Let's get some Public. Yeah.
It's about dinner time, so.
Pizza taste us, Villa DiCarlo versus Kaiser's live on air.
All right, Big Star or The Spot?
The Spot.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's about right. That's about right.
I'm feeling that too. All right, that was our Kenosha Connect segment brought to you by Shannyn Franklin.
Yeah, we love Shannyn Franklin.
And what time is it now, Donnie?
Ding, ding, ding. It's trivia time. And trivia is brought to you by the Lettering Machine. They are your go-to spot for anything customizable, from t-shirts, handbags, koozies, to anything you can imagine. They can customize it. So support local and support the Lettering Machine. Stop by today at 725 50th Street or check them out at theletteringmachine.com.
All right, it's time for our listener trivia question. Last week we asked the question, according to the Potawatomi tribe, what does Kenosha translate to? The answer was Place of the Pike.
Oh.
Donnie, you have a list of winners there? You want to read the winners that won this week?
Yeah, the list of winners is Kevin.
All right.
Yay!
Now it's time for this week's question. If you know the answer, drop us a line at ktownconnects@yahoo.com.
Please do.
This
What's
question,
the question? What is it?
This question is, which Kenosha-born actor won a Tony Award for starring in the Broadway play Awake and Sing?
Oh, I know this one.
Well, you then email ktownconnects.com.
Can I win? Am I eligible to win?
Well, drop a line, and maybe next week Donnie will call you
a wiener.
All right. Well, Donnie, that about does it for our show today. Rose, thank you so much for being here. It's been a great time.
Rose, great time today.
Thank you.
You can find her stories at
KenoshaNews.com.
Yeah, that's it. Wow.
Yeah.
Rose, keep up the great work. Look for your stories pretty much every day in the Kenosha News, right?
Yeah.
You're there.
I'm there. Like, I feel like I'll even give the people they can find my email.
Yeah.
I don't need to give them my email. People are good at finding it.
But if they have a scoop, they can email you and drop you a line and say, hey,
and they can just search your name online and your stories will pop up.
Exactly.
I mean, they can find all the stories.
We'll have the email in our show notes if people really want to look for it. They can find it there and drop
Rose,
you a line.
you're doing good things. 1 year at the Kenosha News, and you're going to be doing so much great things for the community for many, 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 many more years. Keep it up.
Thank
Keep it
you,
up, Rose.
Donnie.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for having me.
Hey.
It's not very often I get to talk about my job.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
you're on the other end of it this time.
Yeah.
So
You're doing great things, so keep it up. Thank you, Rose. Thank you.
In addition, we'd like to thank all the great sponsors that make this show possible, Donnie.
Yes, we do, Jason.
Including
Hey, the law offices of Frank J. Parise,
Southport Tea,
Aaron Hunzinger of A.H. Did It,
One Stop IT,
About Time Moving Systems,
Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations,
Ron's Place,
Shannyn Franklin of Remax Elite,
Union Park Tavern,
Solis and Company,
AMC Lounge,
The Lettering Machine,
A Plus Mobility, Mobility,
The White Lilac.
the Port Beverage House of Kenosha.
That's not what it's called.
What did I say?
The Port Beverage House of Kenosha, and Villa de Carlo.
Yes, thank you, Will DiCarlo. Yes. Oh, what a great show today, huh, Jason?
Oh, yeah, it's something.
Oh, boy. And you know what? Don't forget to follow us on all those social media channels and give us a review. We need a review very badly. And don't forget to join us on Sunday, August 16th at 4 p.m. for the 200th episode Spectacular!
Why? What are we doing?
We're going to be celebrating our 200th episode, Jason, and we're going to be connecting Kenosha!
White Lilac is Kenosha's intimate listening room, a place for music, storytelling, theater, film, and ideas that deserve your full attention. No distractions, no background noise, just unforgettable artists up close in a room built for connection. White Lilac, a room that listens. Find upcoming shows at whitelilackenosha.com.
Jason, what is your lucky number and why? I don't think I've ever asked you out of 198 episodes.
Wow. 702.
Really?
Yeah.
Why 702?
That's my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
July 2nd.
July 2nd.
So.
Oh.
What about you, Donnie? What is your lucky number?
You know what? I don't think I have one.
Really?
You're too cool for a lucky number, Donnie.
Well,
You are. You're just too cool.
I never really thought about it.
Yeah. You're too hip.
I don't play the lottery.
you're
What
too
do you
hip for
really
that.
what do you use your lucky number for, though?
Times I masturbate in a day.